All right, hello everybody. Sorry I don't have my usual setup, but after the Sonic, I built the Sonic set. I finally got around to modifying Dr. Eggman. If you don't know, well you probably do, but the new Lego Sonic set came out and I reviewed it. You can go check out my review if you want. But that set, I think one of the major complaints about that set would definitely be the Dr. Eggman design. It is not the best. So I tried to modify it. There are great elements to it. For example, I think the general body shape is excellent. The shaping, yeah, just the build and the shaping is great. The hands are great. The arms are, okay. I have some problems with the arms, but the main problem is the face. The way they executed face was not the best. So I modified the face and I modified the arms. Those are the main two things I modified. So to show it off without further ado, let's show off Dr. Eggman. And this is my modified Dr. Eggman. And I'll tell you what I did. I'll show you a little bit of how I modified it. It wasn't actually that hard of a modification, but just so you know, it is not purist by any means. Oh, actually that lighting looks way better with, Okay, but it is not purist by any means. It is painted, and there are some elements of it which were, I had to use a nail file. I'll show you where I used a nail file, but there are some places where I had to, even though it doesn't really look like it. So here, first off, his arms are on ball joints, so they're posable. So you could fully pose it. You could have like like he's partying, because that's the original idea set had him with ball joint arms, but this one had just clip arms, so you could only move his arms like he was a bird. But now I could have him in all sorts of cool poses. He wants to go get Sonic or something, and yeah, and also with the big fake hands, which were there in the original, but here I can make it look like he's strangling Sonic. He got Sonic finally. That's a little spoiler. But here you go. And also the face is different. I did not actually remove the original printing on here, so you kind of have to ignore that for now. I'll probably remove it. But I tried as kind of demonstrating it is the same piece they used. I just painted on my own little design. And you can kind of compare it to what the original looks like. It's a bit different. So like I said, the legs are the same, and like the face, it doesn't have the major thing I did with the face. It doesn't have it uses the same mustache styling, but it doesn't have that little bottom bit, which wasn't here. Let me see if I can find the piece here. It doesn't have this piece on the bottom, right? Which I see why they did this piece. It doesn't look good because it makes his face look a bit too tall than it probably should be. So his head looks a lot shorter now, which is, I think, more accurate. But it does make it so you'll see why when I explain how I built the fit. I'll just explain right now. So the way the head's actually connected, it's connected through a little, and like I said, I painted that, a little pole connection that goes in there, and that goes into there. Now, the problem with this is that you can see there was a stud, but I sanded it down with a nail file. The reason I needed to do that, because when the stud was there and I had this mustache on and this face, if I'd put that in there, it would the stud would make it stand up because it wouldn't fit in there. So you'd have you'd have an awkward gap that you could clearly see the stud. And so, I want this to look good, so I did that little thing. If you don't want to do that, if you want to customize them, there's probably other ways around it. I did figure out a way to put it on the head without having, without moving the stud, but it makes the face slightly go forwards and it's not centered. There probably is a better way to do this, but this is the way I came up with. And it doesn't look like you really modified a piece, but you really did. So it's a little bit of cheating there. But this is a pole piece, and I also did cut that because it was a bit too long. And it's the same kind of, connection they use there. So the head doesn't really use a stud connection, it's just a pole connection right there, right? And let's go on to how I actually did the arms, because that's, I think, a bit more interesting. So here's first off, the face build. Also, the reason I couldn't use these goggle prints is because it's actually off-centered. because they use the weird nose method, right, where they have the nose in the middle, it has to have a mustache on each side, so it was off-centered. It was like in the middle. Where this has just, you know, mustache each side, so it is centered. So I couldn't use that one because it just wouldn't work. So that's how I did the head. Now on to the rest of the body. Sorry, the arms, really. I did actually paint the ball joints just to kind of make it, you can see there where I painted, because a lot of people don't like ball joints because it leaves a little bit of awkward gray. I don't mind it too much, but since I am customizing anyways, I thought I'd paint that up just to kind of make it, you know, a little bit extra, you know, detailed. But like I said, if you guys don't want to do that, if you're making your own, you don't have to. But I'll show you how I really did these arms. And like I said, I don't know a completely purest way to do this head without sanding down that piece. But there probably are ways around. Just really experiment with it. And a lot of these pieces I got were extra pieces from the actual set. So first off with the arms, just to show you, I'm gonna take this guy apart a little, just to show you how I did the arms. So I'll take off this side for an example. So it used to be there. It used to be, okay. It used to be this little clip piece, and it fit in like so. So it had that, right? And then it had another little piece on it. Where was it? Hold up. Let me show you how exactly I modified it. So this is what used to be there, and so this is what used to be there, right, in the original. It had this clip, and imagine the arm was on the other side, right? So what I did is I took the rest of the arm off this thing. Obviously, I took the arm off, but so I took this bit off, right, this piece, and I saved that little corner etched piece. I saved that for later. So now you just have the two black tiles. One of those black tiles is connected to, the leg, but this other one is actually by itself. So you could remove this. First thing I did, so I removed that, so you have one empty one and then one here, right? Then I got a black stud with a hole in it. Just put it in like so. See, it looks like that right now. Then this piece, I actually got it from the minifigure series robot minifigure. This guy, and he comes with a little baby robot thing. And it comes with two of these pieces, which really help out. So you should put, and it comes in red. You can do it in other colors. It really doesn't matter, but the red just looks better. So you put that just straight in there, like so. Then on this bottom one, you put this piece back on. Boom, so it's nice and flush. Then you get one of these pegs. Now these pegs, this one I got from, sorry that my fingernails are so nasty. This piece, I got from the Diva mech, but they more commonly come in just the Marvel mech. So get one of the Marvel mechs if you really want this piece. And you can just put that right in there. I didn't put it all the way through, just so there's a little you see gap right there, just so it gives room for mobility. Then obviously put this ball joint piece in there in the arm, and then boom, you put that in, and you get really nice posability. And yeah, also another thing I did, it's the original arm didn't have a piece right there, so I just put just a stud right in there. Then the rest of the arm is almost identical, just obviously with this ball joint piece instead. So yeah, that is how I modified my Dr. Eggman. And I didn't do the best paint job on the face, but I think it looks good. It's a bit different than this, because you see the goggles have the line in it. These goggles have the white dot in it. I looked up some art of, I think concept art. Maybe it wasn't concept art, but some art of the OG Eggman. And I think this is maybe a little bit more accurate, but I can't tell. It's different depending on what you look up. So just for fun, let's see this guy in action. So things you could do. So you can still fit in here. Like I said, the bottom and the body and the legs were not modified at all, because I love the body and the legs. I think those are actually perfect. Let's see here, some cool poses. You could have him grabbing, like, you know, the windshield, yelling at Sonic. You know, you move the hands too, which, you know, obviously that was something with the original. So yeah, just have him. And look, yeah, I just really love this posability. It makes him so much more expressive, I feel. Like, look at that. That is... Oh, shoot. And also, I forgot to mention that even though it just broke, that the ball joints are actually surprisingly very stable. That was something I was not... Oh, okay, a lot of them broke. So maybe I'm not making a great... Oh, it's because I see why it did that, because I took off a part, crucial part. But no, he is surprisingly stable. If just for ball joints, because usually stuff with the ball joints, that's another thing. Especially with such a small and seemingly flimsy build, it should not be stable. But because the actual ball joint is in a peg, it's in several layers of stud holes, it works out great. And okay, the reason it broke apart is because I removed this earlier when demonstrating, so have that on. So yeah, but like I said, he's just so much more expressive with these arms. And I really like how the face turns out. I think it's a lot better than Lego's, how they did it. And I feel like they could have easily done this or something similar to this. If any of y'all could figure out maybe a way to connect this head onto the body without, sanding down this this stud, please tell me if you could figure out a way. Maybe Night Bricks, maybe you could figure that out. But right now I have this method to get myself a pretty good looking Dr. Eggman. I really like it. The only thing I probably would need, the next thing I'd probably do to it if I were to modify it further, would probably getting a Jim Carrey accurate headpiece that I could interswap and make him into Jim Carrey. But yeah, this is my Dr. Eggman build. If you liked the video, please leave a like. This video has been going on for a little bit too long, but whatever. Please leave a like. If you haven't seen the 2011 film Rango, you should really go see the 2011 film Rango. And also, just have a nice day. Have a nice day. And, oh, are the lights flashing? Oh, shoot. I didn't realize. This flash, I installed flashing lights in my room. Oh, crap. That's probably annoying to watch, wasn't it? Hold up. Let me unplug it. Yeah, it stopped. Doesn't make that much of a difference, but okay, there were some lights flashing. Whatever. Like I said, if you liked it, leave a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. I'm a customizer, so I make more custom stuff like this. This is kind of a modified thing. Like I said, I really do like Lego's idea set. It's just the Lego Sonic idea set. It's just the Eggman wasn't the best. I modified it. So leave a like, subscribe, and just like I said, most importantly, okay, there's a motorcycle. Ignore that. Just have a nice day. Yeah. Ciao. Bye.